Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we're going to jump into the incredible world of three-dimensional art. We're going to see how artists can take the most ordinary, everyday objects, stuff you might even have lying around your house, and turn them into these amazing little worlds, totally filled with meaning and memory. Just think about it for a second. That old movie ticket, a seashell from a family vacation, that little toy you were obsessed with as a kid. Come on, they're not just things, right? They're basically packed with stories and feelings. And that exact idea, that objects can hold our memories, is the secret key to unlocking the kind of art we're looking at today.
All right, so here we go. We are officially leaving the flat world of drawings and paintings behind and stepping right into the third dimension. We're talking about art you can literally walk around, art that has real depth, and art that takes up actual space in our world.
So, the fancy word for all this is, of course, sculpture. And I know what you might be picturing, probably giant marble statues, right? But sculpture is so much more than that. It's really about taking any material and giving it a whole new form, whether that's by carving, or modeling, or casting, or, and this is the big one for us today, constructing. It's about building something totally new. Now, to really get what these artists are up to, we kind of have to learn their language. Like any special field, art has its own vocabulary. So let's just break down a few key words that are going to unlock everything for us. First up is this word, manipulate. And honestly, this is where all the magic starts. It's the physical act of an artist taking a material, could be clay, could be wood, could be a handful of old buttons, and just changing it. They bend it, they shape it, they paint it. They are actively manipulating it into something new. Okay, so once the materials are manipulated, the artist has to figure out how they all fit together. And that is composition. It's the art of arrangement. Where does this piece go? What does it sit next to? It's through composition that an artist can create a mood, guide your eye, and tell a really powerful story without using a single word. And this is super interesting because it basically shows the two main roads an artist can go down. They can be literal, right? Making a sculpture of a cat that looks, well, exactly like a cat. Or they can go abstract and use shapes and colors to capture the feeling of a cat, its sneakiness, its coziness, without it looking like a real cat at all. Two totally different ways of seeing the world. And this brings us to the absolute heart of our explainer today, assemblage. This is where it all comes together. The easiest way to think about it, it's a 3D collage. Instead of just flat pictures, you're using actual objects, stuff you found, stuff you made, and building them up into a new three-dimensional piece of art. It's just such a cool way to combine different stories and materials into one thing. So who was the master of this incredible technique? Well, let's meet the artist who didn't just create sculptures. He literally built entire worlds inside of boxes. This is Joseph Cornell, a true pioneer of assemblage art. And what's so cool about him is that he wasn't a formally trained artist or anything. He just had this amazing gift for seeing the magic in forgotten things. He'd wander through thrift stores and old bookshops in New York City, finding treasure where everyone else just saw junk. Cornell's whole process was actually pretty simple, but also incredibly deep. He'd take these found objects, each one with its own secret history and personal meaning to him, and he would carefully, so carefully, arrange them inside these little wooden boxes. And just like that, each box became a tiny, self-contained universe, like a captured dream, frozen in time. And if you boil it all down, Cornell's work is really about one powerful idea, memory. His boxes weren't just random collections of stuff. They were physical memories. It's like each object was a word, and the entire box was a poem about something he remembered, a place he dreamed of going, or maybe a person he admired. Cornell's idea of building worlds from found objects was a total game changer, and it definitely didn't stop with him. His work basically sparked a whole movement, inspiring generations of artists to take this core concept of assemblage and just run with it, making it completely their own. And just look at the incredible variety of artists who are inspired by this. You have someone like Louise Nevelson, who took discarded scraps of wood she found on the street and built these huge single-color walls that look like ancient cities. Or Judith Scott, who communicated her inner world by wrapping found objects in yarn, creating these unbelievable cocoon-like sculptures. From the vibrant work of Romar Bearden to the amazing installations of Yinka Shonibar, they all used assemblage to explore these huge themes of identity, history, and culture. Okay, so we've explored the history, we've learned the lingo, and we've met some of the incredible artists who built worlds from everyday stuff. So what if you could do the same? Now it's time to start thinking like an artist yourself. The whole process kicks off with one simple word: explore. Look around you, but with fresh eyes. What objects grab your attention? What stories do you think they hold? Then you just start combining them, manipulating them. Put things together in ways that are new and totally unexpected. The best part is, there are no rules here. This is all about playing, experimenting, and creating something that is uniquely, wonderfully you.
So as we wrap this up, I'm going to leave you with a question, a little challenge. If you were going to create your own memory box, a small world that tells your story, what would you put inside? What objects hold your memories, your dreams, your secrets? The answer to that question, well, that's where your art begins.